Welcome back, my dear ladies. I'm Tanya, your host, and this is Discover Your Feminine Power again. Today, we're going to speak to Marianne, which is another amazing interview, and you're going to see in a minute why I'm so excited to hear about her. Please subscribe, and more importantly, check out save my playlist with all the other interviews with amazing women that I've made so far. And then you get notified also of all the new interviews. So here we speak about feminine topics and about secrets of being a woman. And Marianne is going to show us a very special secret today. Hi, Marianne.
Hi, Tanya. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure to have you on. So Marianne has her own website and she's teaching. She's gonna tell us what she's teaching in a minute. Her website is unleashyourwildness.com. The same name goes also for her Instagram if you want to connect there. And yeah, let's dive into it. So Marianne, so many women today, they feel so disconnected from their sexuality, from the uterus. They feel cold and afraid when it's about sex, or that sex is a must. What happened?
What happens? Yeah, so many things. But I think most important thing, what has happened, why women feel shame or disconnected from their sexuality, or feel like, I don't have that sexual drive anymore, or I think it's like really living in this and when I say male-oriented society, it's like sometimes men can be like, oh, you're blaming us, but it's not like I'm blaming men. It's the system, it's patriarchy. So it's not like you men, no. The system that we grow up in is male-oriented, and that really has an effect on women, because we're not linear beings. We are cyclical beings. And when we grow up in this male-oriented society, we start to disconnect from the cycles that are that essentially we are as women, and that really disconnects us from our essence, from who we are. And even like growing up in this in the patriarchal system, it creates. It's almost like, if you put those layers on top of each other, it's like it creates trauma. And that trauma is really what disconnects us from our feminine essence, from that orgasmic vibration and orgasmic frequency that is our nature as women.
Yeah, exactly. I say the same about how we make money as well. Well, every aspect in life, and with the money, it's the same. We try to copy the men.
Yeah.
But let's get back to what you do. So, yeah, we're not linear. We're cyclical, and what you say on your homepage is that you're guiding women to be free again and orgasmic in every area of our life. What exactly do you mean?
So when I say be orgasmic in every area of your life, it doesn't mean that you need to be sexual in every area of your life. But when I speak about this orgasmic frequency, this orgasmic vibration, it's like when you look at nature, for example, you can even see that this energy there. Like I have these flowers here, but there is like, magic. When you look at a flower, it's like there is sometimes almost like you can see energy coming off of it. It's like so vibrant, so alive, and like, the energy is like, wow. So that's what I mean when I'm saying orgasmic energy. It's like it's full of aliveness. It's fully free. It's fully tapped into that wild energy, that nature that is nature. And that's also like we women, we have that within us. Like we have all that power and that orgasmic aliveness inside of us. It's just like so many women feel like, I'm feeling numb, I'm feeling very down, I'm feeling depressed, I don't feel any joy, I don't feel playfulness anymore. But it's all this, like what we said before, these layers of conditioning, of programming from patriarchy, like it's more than 2000 years of layers on top of each other, that eventually those layers just numb you out. They cover that orgasmic life force energy. And I think that's what I'm helping women to awaken again, to unleash again, to tap into, to feel that aliveness again, that playfulness, that so that orgasmic energy, that life force energy can flow again through all of your body. And of course that will have an effect on your sex life. So you will have, you will enjoy sex again, or you will have better sex or more sex, or however you want to say it. But it will also affect your business, or how you attract money, for example, to come back to that part again. So it's like a ripple effect going out.
I was gonna say, people with a high sex drive, they usually have money, and vice versa. So if you have money, you have a high sex drive, because sexuality is life force.
Yes, and it attracts. So it also attracts, like opportunities and people, and it's a magnet. Magnet of magic. Yes,
exactly. Very true. And that has been shut down. Or suppressed a lot. Well, and especially women, for them, maybe even when we're not aware of the fact that sex is life and life force, and connected to money again, even if we can't connect this, that many women are feeling so cold, and they are afraid maybe also to be sexual, or they don't have pleasure anymore.
There is
no want.
There's definitely a lot of fear, that if I'm being sexual, I'm going to be taken advantage of, or I'm going to be seen as a whore or a slut, or there is so much shaming that's been going on, and that, or being taken advantage of, or being sexually assaulted. And so it's all of that creates trauma. So it's like, it's almost like you there is a fear of being playful, because when you're playful, you're connected to that energy. There's a fear of, like being in that wild, free energy, because, oh my God, then I'm being labeled. So, and there's so much, shaming that's been going on. So there is a lot of shifts and work we still need to do in our society.
There's a lot of work still for us, Marianne.
Yes, for sure.
And speaking of work, so please let us know what exactly you do, and how do you guide us to be orgasmic again?
Yes. So I have different programs. So I have a Jade Egg program. So a Jade Egg is a small stone-shaped egg, and what I work with is jade. And jade is a very healing stone. It's a very ancient stone that's been used in very many traditions. And it's a very sensual stone also. And this is being inserted inside the vagina canal to work with the pelvic floor, to work with the vaginal muscles. And I mean, I can talk for hours about it, but to make it a little bit shorter, to work with the jade egg is basically you're training the muscles, but you're also working with your muscles to release all that tension, to de-armor all that trauma and that conditioning, like, because emotions, when we're being taught to not express our emotions, because otherwise you're a crazy woman, you're not supposed to speak up because you need to be the good girl, la la la. So all of that things that we repress, that we not express, that we push down, it gets stuck in the body, and especially inside the vagina. So when you work with a jade egg, to work with the muscles, to de-armor, to take all that stuck emotions, this stuck trauma, all these things, you can release it, you can heal it, you can transform it, so that the energy can start moving again. Now that's a 7-week course, and you do all kinds of things to work with the energy and to clear the energy, but also to tap into that orgasmic frequency, to unleash your wildness, your yoni magic. And I also have, like, I work one-on-one with clients, and I do a group program, which is all based on these things. But I think you wanted to ask me something.
Yeah, that was a lot of information. So, okay. So
Yes.
now I heard like jade egg, vagina, and emotion. So so it's about inserting something in your vagina.
Yes.
And it will help you to release some trauma.
Yes.
And what exactly is this egg? Can you
tell
us?
I don't have one here with me right now, but it's a small egg, like around this shape, and it's jade. It's very smooth. There is a hole drilled in the top that you can insert a rope through, and then you do insert it inside your vagina, but you don't just push it inside your vagina. There's a whole, like, you do a ritual. You really start first with connecting to your body. You first need to feel safe with your body, and the other way around. Your body needs to feel safe with you, because many times your body doesn't feel safe. And many women, like, like, I want to do it, but it's like my body works against me. No, your body never works against you. Your body always works for you, but we just, we have stopped to communicate with our body. So the first thing that you actually do is really start listening to your own body, because from that place you can start feeling safe. And only when the body feels safe can you actually start healing all the trauma, the conditioning, the stuck emotions that are frozen inside your body. And to heal that, to transform that, we use this little egg. And of course, this egg is not like a magical thing that's like, doing the things. You're actually going to do like practices with the egg inside of your vagina. So you're going to work with the muscles of your vagina. You're going to stimulate the cervix. And of course, the egg, jade, like, if you know the qualities of the stones, all these different stones, they have certain qualities. And jade, it's nephrite jade, so it's very pure jade, very strong, very dark color green. And it's a very soft stone, very not soft in structure, but soft in energy, I mean, because the structure is actually very hard. It's a very hard stone, but the energy is very soft, very healing, very sensual. And many women, like, that do the course with me, they say like, oh, once it's inside, it felt so soft, and it felt so nurturing, and it felt so warm and so comforting. And I think this is the energy that many women actually long for to feel. So it's really beautiful to work with this egg, to not just push it in, but actually do this whole ritual, to listen to your body, to let your vagina take in the egg, and then do all these different practices that you get in these 7 weeks to work with the energy, to work with the jade, and to heal your all the trauma, all the layers, all the things that are there, and to really tap into that power that is stored there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So I hear many topics here: healing, and also about the eggs. Well, I can go and get one so people can see it.
Oh yeah. Should I get one, or will you get one?
I can do that. I can either way, whoever wants. Maybe you're the instructor, so
I will go grab one.
We will wait.
Yeah.
We will wait for you.
I will get it.
Yeah. So while we wait for Marianne, you might want to go and check out her homepage. It's unleashyourwildness.com. And she has a YouTube channel as well, with a lot of interesting videos in there. Instructional videos and videos about the Yoni egg, that's what it's called. And some other videos, shorter videos about topics that's around the entire thing. You might be interested in listening to that. There's even a nice and longer one for instructions in there, but she sells the whole course for anyone who is beginning. Okay, she's back already. Good. Let's see.
Let's see the egg. So this is the jade egg.
It's pretty big.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's on the hands, it's quite small, but yeah, it's not very, very small, but that's it. That's a jade egg. And there's a small, you can see here, there's a small little hole that you can put a rope through. So when the rope is there, it's just, and you insert it from the fat part.
And why is it jade, you said? Because there are many different ones on the market. There are many different crystals.
Yes, yeah. And many women will say like, oh, I want rose quartz because that's the stone of, of love, and it's nice and pink, but it's very a soft stone, and it has many, most of the time it has many like cracks. So it's very porous. It can break also easily, especially when it's inside a vagina. It can get very hot inside. So then the stone can actually break easily. So that's why I always say like rose quartz is beautiful stone, but it's for outside, not for inserting. And you have, for example, obsidian, which is also a stone that they use quite often for Yoni Egg practices. But the energy is much more activated, much more strong. So when you're still in the phase of wanting to create healing first, feeling that soft, that nurturing, that like that warm energy first, then it's the jade is just so much more gentle. And that's why I say to everyone, like, just start with jade. And also because it's like, I don't know if you could see it very well on the screen, but it's really like smooth. There is no cracks, so there's no way that there's any bacteria that can go inside. And I know there's a lot of stories on the internet that like, oh, it's dangerous, but come on, we're using vibrators, we're using dildos, even some penises are not so hygienic, so or even the condoms, like with the latex and stuff. Then why not this egg? Because it's really smooth, there's no cracks, it's very hard, and it's just, for many women, as I said, they really experience like, oh, it feels so nurturing, feels so soft, it feels like I don't want to take it out, I want to leave it in for a while. So so that's why I say jade egg is a really good stone to start with, and why I prefer not to work with rose quartz.
Okay, good. Well, then, if they want to keep it in, how long would you keep it in? Or how long should or should not?
Yeah. Well, when you start with the jade egg, I would excuse me. One second. When you start with a jade egg, it's like you need to build it up. Like, don't insert it and then like keep it in the whole day or the whole night. So you just practice for like half an hour, 1 hour, you take it out, or you can build it up first like 10-15 minutes and then up to an hour. And then after that, if you feel like doing a 1.5 hour practice, you can definitely keep it in for longer times. But I wouldn't leave it in like really, really long, because it's the same, like we don't leave our dildo or tampon or anything, we don't leave that in also very long. So the same here, same rules apply for the jade egg. Yeah.
And what are the benefits of using a crystal egg, the Yoni egg?
well, as I said,
Talking of
like,
healing before, yeah.
yes. Like when you're using the stone, it's you're working with the muscles of your pelvic floor. You're working with the muscles of your vagina. So you're helping the muscles to train them. But at the same time, you can insert the jade egg much deeper and really connect it to the cervix. And the cervix, many times there is like, when you touch the cervix, many women, they feel a lot of pain there, because there is all this armor, this layer on top of the cervix that makes it pain. Like all these emotions, they get stuck in the body. A lot of time they get stuck at the cervix. And the cervix is also a point where you have the vagus nerve. This is one of the biggest nerves in our body that doesn't go through the spinal cord, but goes straight to our brain. And the vagus nerve is branching out also through all these different other parts in our body. And when you're using the jade egg, it's really a beautiful stone to help to de-armor that layer from the cervix, to make it like soft, to take that hardness that creates that pain, to take that away, to transform that, to release that. And with that, you're reactivating or activating more the nervous vagus nerve that is connected to your cervix. And that really helps you also to feel much more that orgasmic energy, and let that flow throughout your whole body. And the jade egg stone is just beautiful because it's such a gentle healing stone, and it has such a soft energy. So that's why I would say that's the benefit. It's the benefit of the quality of the stone, that it makes it the healing practice just much more gentle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know what the vagus nerve is, it's VAGUS nerve, and you can Google that. It's very important information, I think. It's good that you brought it up.
Yeah, it's an interesting nerve, because many times when people are feeling depressed, they activate this nerve. And like for women, we can just start like focusing more on our cervix, and a lot of women can also have cervical orgasms. So when you have cervical orgasms, it's like a natural antidepressant. Like you really by activating the vagus nerve, it takes down the depression, so it creates much more aliveness and much more joy. So it's a really important nerve in our body. And amazing that we have straight access to that nerve through our cervix. Like that's basically the point of what I'm saying, that we have that access, like, not it's amazing. Yeah. Exactly.
So it has much more benefits than we actually thought in the beginning.
Yes, so much more. Yes, definitely.
So there's a beautiful story behind you discovering the egg, actually. Do you want to tell us how you received your first egg?
Yes, I was traveling in Asia with one of my best friends, and I was in this village. I don't remember the name, but it was in the south of China. And I was buying something at a market stall, and then this, I grabbed my stuff, and I'm like paying this old woman, and it was this really beautiful. How some old people, they are full with wrinkles, but they have this life force that you can still see. Like there's so much light in their eyes, and the way they smile. Like so I was smiling back to her, because I felt that life was energy. I could see it, and that made me happy already. And I wanted to walk away, and then she was like, because I spoke 3 words of Chinese. Like I knew toilet, I knew hello, and I knew thank you. And a new bus station also, so 4 words. And so she waved me back, like, oh, come back. And then she made me do my hand like this, and she put something on my hand and made sure that I closed my hand. And then she was like, just go again. And I'm opening my hand, and I had this, and it wasn't a jade egg like this, because in China jade is very expensive, but it was an egg shaped like this, but from a different kind of stone. It was like a opal kind of whitish stone. And I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, yeah, it's a very beautiful stone. What am I? Because you can't really put it anywhere, it falls over. It's a weird shape. You can't put it in your, window. So I didn't know what to do with it. And but I really felt that when she gave it to me and she looked at me, that it was something important for me personally. And it ended up in my drawer. And then many years later, I was doing a tantra weekend course. And in this course, the teacher mentioned a Yoni egg and what it could do. And it just hit me in my brain. I saw that smile of that old lady, and I was like, oh my God, she gave me a Yoni egg. And I went back home and I looked it up, and then I started practicing with it. I took it out of my drawer and I started practicing with it. And then when I got pregnant, when I gave birth, they gave me they cut my vagina, an episiotomy, to help speed up the birth. And they sew it up again. So I had like 12 stitches or something. But when they do that, they also cut through all the layers of the tissue, but also through like the lubricant tubes and also the nerves. So after I gave birth, I completely shut down. Like my whole body, it was such a trauma that when my partner wanted to touch me, I would freeze up completely. Like in my head, I really wanted to make love to him, but my body was just screaming, no, 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 complete frozen, or I would feel disgust towards him and like all these kind of things. And then I came back to my jade egg and I started working with it, and I started doing practices with it very slowly. I just told my partner, I had a conversation like, how it's going now, I can't do it. Like, I'm just ending up in tears whenever you want to, have sex with me, and I want to have it too, but somehow I can't, and my body is just doing all these weird things. So I took a really quite, like, I think 3 or 6 months, I don't remember, like that I really was like, we need to take it slow and only do it the way if really listen to my body. And then I worked with the Jade Egg. I did all these practices myself that I'm also teaching women in my course. And I moved to the other side. I actually am able to have wonderful, amazing sex again, and my vagina can even lubricate itself again. So it's a wonderful journey that from the woman that gave that little egg to me in China to me actually putting it to practice for myself to heal one of my biggest traumas in my body, and feeling that aliveness again, and even being able to be sexually active again after such a trauma. That was a huge shift for me. Yes.
Yeah, she sure saved your life.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, she doesn't know how
Amazing.
much difference she made, because without this, you probably never be able to heal
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. No, I don't know what I would have done. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then as we said before, it's life force. So your life force was probably also shut down.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
It's such a big
Definitely.
trauma when we have a scar anywhere in the body. We
Yes.
don't realize that, and we don't really take care of it
Yeah. Yeah.
after
And down there,
operation.
it's so sensitive.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah, I can imagine. Oh my God,
Yeah.
this must have been so traumatic.
Yes. And the crazy thing is that in many Western countries, they use this as a standard procedure just to speed up the births, because there are so many more births. So next one, let's just cut one more, next one. it's like unnecessarily, so many women are unnecessarily being cut. And it's like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. Like,
It is.
why?
Yeah, it is really crazy. Oh, wow. I don't remember that we were talking about this earlier when we had our one-to-one
I'm
talk.
not sure if we talked about it. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's so much trauma.
Yeah.
I feel so sad and so sorry for all these women.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
But that's why I'm also here, because I'm like, I feel like, there's so many women that are wanting also to heal this and to transform this. So there are ways to heal also that trauma. And I think that's beautiful, that we can actually still come back to our power, even though we had all this trauma done to our body. There's, and that's also the power of being a woman. There's so much power within us. So we also have that power to heal ourselves. And even like, there's so many women that come to me and they say like, oh, I feel like a lost case. I feel like, it will work for everybody else, but not for me. And in the end, it's like, oh my God, it also worked for me. And like, yes, of course, it can work for anyone. And maybe some women, they need more time than others, but I always say, never give up on yourself. If you feel that you want to, be you again, and being you, like for most women, it is that playfulness, like, when we were like little girls, that freedom, that playfulness, that just aliveness, that it is that wildness, that wild flower. And we all are a unique flower. And yeah, I mean, that if that's your essence, you can come back to it, because it's your essence. It's just some shit and dust covering it. Yeah.
exactly. So, what is typically the journey of your clients? So, they find you somehow, they discover the egg, and how does it evolve?
Yeah, it can be different ways. Some women, they want to work with the egg. Some women, they come to me and want to work one-on-one with me to have more personal care, that I can really like tap into, like what is it that they specifically need, if there's a lot of trauma. So, but in all of my programs, so if it's the Jade Egg, or if it's the group program, or even if it's my one-on-one coaching, like the journey that I take them through is basically focused on three things. And the first thing is really focusing on that healing, because you really need to, as I said before, your body needs to feel safe. You need to feel safe in your body, and your body needs to feel safe with you. Otherwise, you can't do anything. Like for transformation, for healing to happen, you need to feel safe. You need to be able to fully relax and feel safe in your body, and your body needs to feel safe. So that's the first thing that we work on. And then the middle part is to expand that feeling of safety, and to step into self-love, to really bring that self-love to every part of you, to all your emotions, to all your feelings, to everything that makes you you, to really love all of those aspects of yourself, and to expand also that. And then from that, because you have the safety, you have the self-love, but with those together, it creates even more safety and security. And from that, that's like the foundation for your pleasure, for your orgasmic frequency to start flowing, to start coming to the surface, to be unleashed. And that's what we do in the last part, to really awaken that pleasure in your own body, to feel that turn on in your body, and work with the Jade Egg, for example. Or even sometimes I'm working, have women work with a glass dildo, so it's, you can more even like your vagina has reflexology points, so you can massage all these reflexology points. So there's so many different things that that we're doing. but really to let that orgasmic frequency flow through your whole body, to fill up every single cell of you. And then, as we said in the beginning, also to let it ripple out to every area of your life, so you really feel that confidence, that playfulness, that aliveness in your whole life.
Very nice. Very beautiful how you said that, and how you brought us to this conclusion now.
Yeah.
Yeah, self-love is the word that I was remembering from what you said now.
Yeah.
The big topic as well.
Yes, because we're also like so, conditioned to just give, be the good girl, just give and please everybody else. And so many of us as women, we forget ourselves. We don't even sometimes know how to give to ourselves, or how to listen to what it is that we need or what we desire. And yeah, it's self-love is huge.
Yeah, especially in the bedroom. I think many women don't dare to ask,
Yeah.
or they can't just accept to receive.
Yes.
And say, okay, no, I'm just receiving. I'm not doing anything for my partner. I just let him stimulate me and pleasure me, because it's all about me. Right.
And then sometimes not even knowing exactly what it is that they would really want in the bedroom also, even if they're receiving. Well, let him do the thing. And sometimes it's good, sometimes not, but I don't speak up, or I don't say, or you don't have communication about it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's probably happening in many bedrooms all across the world.
Yes.
That they don't.
So much room for change. Yeah.
Yes. So much room for change in the bedroom.
And exploration. Yes. For sure.
Yeah, it's really necessary. It's needed. So do you think that what happened to you was probably had to happen so you could overcome your biggest challenge by healing yourself, and now you can heal the others, or help assist others to heal?
And it's beautiful because I studied psychology, so I had my psychology as my basis, because I wanted to already work with women, work online, doing coaching, but I wasn't sure what direction. And then this happened. So it's like life gave me, the best study to fit to my psychology study. It's like, yep, that's it. It's made everything make sense. So everything I've done and received in my life, even the hardships, is what that's made me the expert that I am.
Yeah, especially all the challenges, all the hardship makes sense when you can look back and realize and understand why it was there.
Totally. Yeah,
you have come to the earth to help us, to teach us how to use Yoni eggs, and to reconnect with our vaginas again.
Yes, exactly. To reconnect to that power and that magic that lays within the yoni, and that's why I also use the word yoni, because it's not just the vagina, it's the vulva, it's the vagina, it's the cervix, it's the womb, it's that life force energy. All of that is our magic, is our power. It's like, we are really like Wonder Woman, like, we have superpowers.
It's true, because many don't realize what this is. It's creating new life. And it's not only for children. It's
I was just
also
gonna say, exactly.
Many things. It comes from the womb, and if you're not connected, what are you going to create? Maybe you want to say a bit more about that, because I really like to talk about the
so if you look at the womb, the womb is a really magical place. And it's interesting because it's really connected to the earth. So if you look at Mother Earth, like if you put a seed in the earth, you don't really need to do much. Like it needs water, it needs light, but it grows. It starts to grow by itself. It's like magic evolves, like, and it can become a tree, it can become a flower, a plant. And it's the same with our womb. If you plant a seed in there, like if it's a sperm seed, it can become a baby. But if you plant another seed, like energetically, of ideas or whatever, it's creating life. There's a force there that it's magic. And yeah, you can say it's the force of the creatrix. It's God energy, goddess energy, because it's creating and it's pure magic. It's like the womb and the cervix, it's like a gate to the other dimension. It's really a very spiritual place in a woman's body. And many women like, oh, I'm not spiritual. No, but your whole body is spiritual. You in essence are spiritual. So you cannot say I'm not spiritual. If you're a woman, you are spiritual, because you have that power in your womb. And it's beautiful because if you look, for example, at Judaism, like, I know it's sounds really weird off topic, but but when they pray, when they go to the synagogue, the men pray. The women don't need to pray, because women are already enlightened. They are already spiritual. That's why in Friday evening they are lighting the candle, because they are the ones that hold the light. They carry the light. And I'm totally not religious. Like I grew up as an atheist, like without any religion. So I've studied many different religions just a little bit. And this part of the Judaism, I really like that women are the carriers of light. And I'm like, there's so much truth in there. And yes, we don't need to pray and like get rid of our sins and all these things. No, because we're already enlightened. We have that power, that light literally in our womb space. And yeah, that's magic.
Yes, you're right, actually. We are already spiritual. That's why we don't need to do all this work.
Yeah.
That the men have to do. But it's so interesting. Yeah, we can talk about religions and all that stuff in another interview, maybe a whole other dimension. And I study a lot about these things, about astrotheology. It's a connection of all the religions everywhere to ancient mystic occult knowledge. But it's so funny that, for example, I remember I was living on Crete. Yeah. So when the Greek, the traditional dress, also has it's quite funny that the men have some kind of headband, and you know why? Because they have to keep their thoughts together. Oh. Women don't need that; they can focus, but the men need this black thing around the head, maybe to focus better, as I understood. So yeah, there is a difference between men and women. So, and if we go back to the original topic, we are not men, we are women. Yes. And we can talk all we want. We will never be the same. We're not the same. We're different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Magic.
But, yeah. Would you like to suggest anything to a woman who's listening now and who has heard this for the first time, maybe, or about the Yoni eggs and about the womb and the creation?
Yeah, well, if they want to know more, of course they can check my website. But I mean, I also want to say, like, there is a beautiful meditation that they can get for free on my website. It's the Goddess Morning Meditation. And yeah, it's really beautiful to meditation, to just work and play with that energy and to tap into that energy already. And yeah, I mean, there's so many things I want to say now. I want to tell them, go do this, go do that. But I think also what would be really beautiful is to just like, even now for the women watching or listening, to just place one hand on your heart and one hand over your yoni, and just like close your eyes and if you have cold hands, warm your hands first, so you have warm hands, and feel that warmth flow into your yoni and into your heart, and connect these two centers together, and just notice, just breathe, and just feeling that, and see what happens to just connect to your yoni. And yeah, I mean, go check out the YouTube channel. There's so much goodness there too.
Yeah, there is. How about we make a short meditation right now?
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
Yes,
Because
why
you
not?
brought up this topic,
Yeah.
and I really like to include that in the interview for anyone listening to the end.
Sure.
Do a very short meditation to, what would you say, reconnect?
Yeah, let's connect to the yoni. So let's warm our hands first. So really rub your hands like tightly so you can feel that heat at the palms of your hands. And when you feel that heat, you can just open your hands slightly. And then close your eyes and just notice between your hands. You can move your hands a little bit closer together, a little bit wider apart. Maybe you can even feel like this warmth between your hands. Maybe you can feel like there is a magnet between your hands, like this pulsing or this pulling. Just becoming aware of your life force energy that you're now feeling between your hands. Take a deep breath. And then slowly place one hand on your heart, one hand over your yoni. And just focus on your hands. Just focus on the warmth, the energy, the sensations from your hands flowing into your body, flowing to your yoni, flowing to your heart. And now I want to invite you to just breathe a little bit deeper. So breathe in through your nose and breathe out from your mouth, so you can open your mouth just a little bit. And bring your breath all the way down. So you're filling up your chest, you're filling up your lungs. But you're also filling up your belly, you're filling up your yoni. And I want to ask you to just imagine that your hands are like the sun. So there is this light that's flowing from your hands, from the palms of your hands to your yoni, to your heart. And then also the other way around, feel that your heart is like the sun. And it's communicating back to your hand. So there is this energy flowing from your hand to your heart and from your heart to your hand. And the same for your yoni. So you can, for example, focus on your womb, or your cervix. Picture that, visualize, sense that that's like the sun. And letting that energy, that light flow to your hand, and from your hand back to your womb. And just sit there, noticing, visualizing, sensing the energy, feeling and sensing that light. And then take 3 deep full breaths and let that light flow through every single cell in your body. Two more breaths. And on your third breath, you surround your whole body with this light, letting your whole aura be filled up with this light. And then you can continue sit in this energy, or you can decide to slowly open your eyes. I know it's only a taster. Otherwise, I would love to continue. You can take this energy with you.
Ah, nice. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
That was very good meditation. Cool. And a nice ending for today, I think.
Yes, we'll leave all these auras filled up with light.
Thank you for bringing this light.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, that was
Thank
really
you for
nice.
having me. It was really wonderful to talk to you.
It's my pleasure. So let's just quickly recap. If people want to know more on your website, they can find like the full Yoni course that is several weeks, or they can speak to you one-on-one, or you have group sessions as well, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna launch a group program either in November or December, so that's upcoming. So yeah, if you're interested in the group, then just keep your eye out because it will come soon. I'm not sure yet when, but it's in the making. So yeah.
Oh, perfect. Great. That sounds good.
Yes. So at unleashyourwildness.com, they can find everything they need to know.
Yes, all the links will be posted below under the video. Subscribe to the channel and watch all the other videos as well. I have some more amazing women on
so
here.
Much goodness there.
And join my Telegram group if you are watching this, because it all happens in there. It's a Telegram group only for women, and I post a lot more stuff about femininity and spirituality and everything that we women want to know and need to know. All right. Yeah, thanks, Marianne. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Tanya.
We hope to see you soon on your videos, or maybe in the group sessions. Who knows? Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.